Music, the Music Man Project made its return to the Royal Albert Hall last night for their second ever performance at the iconic venue. The group is, of course, based in Southend. It offers children and adults with learning disabilities the chance to sing and play original music and arrangements. Singer and performer Michael Ball became a patron of the charity last year, and ahead of the event, he said he was looking forward to joining in.
I know that they've been working hard, they've been rehearsing hard. It's a bit overwhelming, but we're all there together, and it's the most exhilarating feeling for them and for me. Music is my life, it's their life as well, and I thought, I'm not missing the opportunity, I want to sing with them. So that's what we're going to do, and I hope this is the first of many times that we'll perform together. And I can only see it growing. There are plenty of people out there who need to hear about this project and to get involved, because it does nothing but bring joy.
The show Music is Magic featured students from 9 regions across the UK. Here's a taster of the rehearsals, at least. David Stanley is the group's founder, and he joins me now. Hello to you, David. Hello, David.
Good morning.
You're
Hello, can you hear me?
Just about, David. You sound a bit like you're in a toilet, but we'll just see how it goes. We may have to get you back.
Is that any good?
I think let's start. I think that is good. I think you've come back into the land of living a bit. Look, this is the Musicians Olympic Games. It's the Wembley Stadium. What was it like?
Oh, it was what a night. I must admit, I haven't slept much after last night. The night before the show, you don't sleep because you're nervous about it, and if it goes well, the night after a show, you're just pumped up with adrenaline and so excited about the whole thing, because last night was just an awesome night for our musicians, for everybody. And, to have Michael Ball there performing with us and the Royal Marines who accompanied us for the whole show, it was just one of those nights that you remember for the rest of your life.
Fantastic. I'm glad it lived up to the billing. It must have been a pretty nervous occasion for some that a mixture of emotions, I guess. Started nervous and excitement and then just buzzed.
Absolutely. I mean, we had 250 musicians with learning disabilities there, led by the students from Southend and also in Malden as well, where we have a centre. But there were still lots of performers that have never performed in a theatre, let alone Royal Albert Hall. So, to suddenly be in front of thousands of people, some very senior, important people and guests that were there as well, Michael Ball on stage, that was nerve-wracking for them. But you know what? They always do this. We found, my staff and I, we just find that the musicians rise to the occasion and they give it their all. And I think as soon as they hear the applause and the smiling faces from the audience, they're off. And, it was just a whirlwind of 2.5 hours.
Brilliant. So what was your part? So the show is Music is Magic. It features students from 9 regions across the UK. So what was the Music Man Project's part in the whole show?
Well, I mean, it was the Music Man Project production. We wrote all the music, so the charity wrote the music. All of our musicians performed in every single item. We were supported by the Royal Marines and special guests like Michael Ball and many others. But no, it was our show. So they were singing, they were dancing, they were signing, they were playing lots of different instruments. And they'd spent 2 years learning this show. So, 2 years in the making for one glorious night.
And the fact that that students came from not all over the place as well, I guess shows how what you do is taking off and getting and catching on across the country. Is it?
Yes, I mean, one of the things that I wanted to do when I went full time with the Music Man Project, and it became a daily Education Service back in 2012, is that we had lots of demand from other parts of the country. They wanted what we had in Southend, so we spread it to other parts of Essex. And then we found that other counties wanted what we were doing in Essex, so we spread it around the country. And then Scotland wanted a Music Man project, so we spread it to Scotland. And then there's other places around the world that want what we do and invite us to perform and run workshops all around the world. So it's grown from that, well, in my case, that one student in Southend 25 nearly years ago, to a global music service that's still based in Southend, and it's still the original service. So it's, it fills me with a lot of pride.
What when you put it like that, that is just incredible, David, how one simple idea can just catch on. At its height last night, when you must have had a reflection on just how far you've come. Can you describe that moment?
Well, it's all very, very overwhelming. You spend all your time with my staff and volunteers and the team together, all doing the constituent parts, putting the puzzle together, and then suddenly you see the big picture, and the band strikes up. The choirs, we had some wonderful choirs supporting us, namely Southend Vox Choir, the brilliant Southend Vox, Cantari Community Choir, and Great Wakering Community Choir, all brilliant Essex choirs. They all started singing, the band played, Michael Ball sang, and I just had a lump in my throat, and I'm just looking around with this massive grin on my face because they're playing my music at the Albert Hall. And that one moment that I had with my student 20 years ago has been duplicated over and over and again, and the joy just gets bigger each time. And you could feel it in the room. I doubt the Albert Hall have ever experienced anything like that in terms of its uniqueness of the people that were performing.
David, fantastic, and it just continues to go from strength to strength. Dare I ask what next?
Well, we hope to return to the Albert Hall in a couple of years to do another big Music is Magic concert, but the team and I need to sort of sit down and see what we're going to create next, what surprises we're going to come up with. But I do believe that we will be performing again with Michael Ball on many occasions. I think it's a brilliant partnership. And also the Royal Marines. We are also going to Canada to perform at the Royal Military Tattoo at the end of June, and we've got a booking in Italy in September as well, just to sort of really showcase what we can do overseas. So yes, lots of exciting things in the pipeline.
Keep us posted, David. Congrats to everyone involved last night. Pat on the back to you too.
Thank you very much. Good to talk to you.
All the best. Thank you. That is David Stanley from the Music Man project, making its return to the Royal Albert Hall last night. And if you were part of that concert, that show, performed alongside Michael Ball, you can understand, can't you, why David said, well, I couldn't get the sleep the night before, and there's no way I'm closing my eyes the night after, because you've been absolutely pumped after doing that. The adrenaline would have been flowing through the body for sure. I'm sure at some point David will catch up on his sleep. Great to hear. Thank you.